If you don't know why you're here, neither will anyone else. This was the thing that they talked about in the workplace. And the truth is that if you in the workplace don't know why you're here, no one else will. So how do you turn your presence to become something that is important? You want to listen to this episode today. People have sent in questions, and so we're going to be answering the questions. So when I look away, I'm reading the questions and I'm going to be sharing it with you today. My name is Adeola Kingsley James. So the first question that I was asked is, how does the energy of one person impact the mood and productivity of a team? Have you walked into a place before where you see 3 people sitting down and they're all looking gloomy and sad, and you just feel like the energy here is just not right because everybody is sending out negative energy? That is exactly what happens when you work with a team of people who are consistently negative, or if you as a person is consistently negative. Have you walked into places where people are like, Adeola is here, I beg, I'm leaving this place? Or people are talking and you walk into the place and everybody stands up and walks away one after the other, excusing themselves as though something has happened, or they are pretending to go and attend to something. That is what energy does. Have you also walked into a place where people are excited, they're happy, they're playful, and you just feel you feel at home, you feel welcome, you feel like, people are happy to see you? That is what happens when you work in any place. If you as a person comes in, unfortunately, and once again, I'll use myself as an example, there are times when things have happened to me at home and I'm not able to shed off what has happened to me at home. For example, maybe I had a quarrel with my husband, or I had a conversation with my children and I'm not very happy with what they've done. I then get to school and then what happens? Or get to work and what happens? I carry on that same negative energy without knowing that I should have dropped that one at home and come to the office to face it. I get to the office and I'm angry. So people are talking to me, good morning, I'm wondering what's good about the morning, because you have carried that negative energy from home. Now, the truth is, whether we like it or not, your intimate relationships have a way of finishing you, and your intimate relationships have a way of making you feel the most fulfilled and excited. So that then means that if you're in a relationship, you're in a toxic relationship where you feel unseen, undervalued, and unheard, and all those words, you're going to carry that same thing to the workplace. And when you take it there, what happens? People start to call you wicked boss. People start to call you jealous boss. People start to call you all kinds of names. Why? Because you have brought that personal thing to the office. And that used to happen to me a lot. So it's very important that we understand that when we're coming to the workplace and we're working with people and we're in a community space, let me put it that way, you can sit down and then ask questions, but you come there with an open mind. You come there with an open spirit. You come there with a willing heart to learn, right? I remember working with a man who was so negative. And when the head is negative, he used to hit people's heads. So he would call me and say, somebody said this about me. Then call that person and say, Adeola said this about that person too. And then he will hit our heads together. And then we will now start to hate each other and we're not able to function in the workplace. If that's you, you've got to stop it. You need therapy because that's a traumatic response to a traumatic experience that has happened in your life. The need to want to be God and the need to want to feel important amongst people, the need to want to be seen. Everybody has to come to you for something. So what am I saying here in all of this? We've got to know that our energy is contagious. And whether you like it or not, we're all energy. And I want you to try something just for me to show you that we're all energy. If you put your hands close together and just leave it there, you start to feel heat start to develop within your palms. And it's happening to me right now. You start to feel heat. You didn't put any fire there. Try it. Put your hands close together and it will start to generate heat. Then the more you open it and close it, you'll see it's almost like magnets trying to force themselves to come together even when you're trying to open it. Because we're all energy. All energy, whether you like it or not. Or have you tried this at night when you put off the lights and use your palms on your bed sheet? You'll see that it will start to spark. But that's what happens because we're energy and you can try it tonight. So that then means that we've got to be very aware of the energy that we carry when we're going to places. Sometimes it might just be that you feel down and then you wear a very dark color. Sometimes it might be even your undertone. You don't dress according to your undertone. So for example, are you cool? Are you warm? Your undertone, your veins, if they're green, sometimes I mix it up, but I think if they're green, you're warm. And if your veins are blue, then you're cool. There are certain colors that work with you the most. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with you. It's just that you have worn a color that doesn't resonate with your undertone and doesn't resonate with your color. So when you get to the office or you go out, people start to ask you, are you sick? Is everything okay? But there are certain colors that you wear that just bright you up and everybody's like, oh, you look very vibrant, you look very young, you look very fresh, you look very happy. Subtle things. And all of these things add together. All of these things add together. Let's go back to another question. So another question is, share examples on how a single person's enthusiasm or negativity shifts the atmosphere. Imagine you're working in a team and you have this timeline. I don't call them deadlines. You're trying to get everybody to think a particular way or do a particular thing or achieve a particular target. If there are 10, maybe you have 6 of them saying it cannot work. And they're giving you all the reasons why it cannot work. And you have only one person who is saying it can work. And that person is also giving you all the reasons why it can. Who do you think you're going to gravitate towards to the most? You have 6 people who are saying it can't work. This thing, we have done it before. They're so pessimistic. But you have one optimistic person and that person is saying, you know what? I don't see how XYZ is, but I know that if we put ourselves to the test, it will work. And then that person starts to work with you to look for the opportunities to make sure that that target is met. And when you guys all meet that target, everybody is better for it. So one person can elevate the team and one person can devastate the team. Let's put it that way. So what kind of energy are you bringing to the workplace? Let's talk about it. Do you go to the office grumpy, tired? Some people don't sleep well. It's not even fight with husband or wife or children. They don't sleep. They're on their phones till 3 a.m. in the morning, checking Instagram, watching other people's lives, scrolling on other people's lives when you're meant to be sleeping. And then you have to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning to get ready, to get your children ready, or get ready to go to work. And then you're in traffic. In any part of the world, there's traffic, especially in the rush hour time. And you spend 2 hours in traffic. By the time you get to the office alone, you are depleted. What are some of the things that you can do? I'll share some of the things that I do. Set an alarm for myself at 9 p.m. to give me 1 hour to know that by 10, I'm in bed. So it gives me 1 hour to round up all my other activities. By 10, my alarm goes off again. By this time, my phone, color, and audio go off as well till 7 a.m. in the morning. Now, unless I really look at the phone or pick it up or whatever, I don't see messages or anything till 7 a.m. in the morning when the color comes back up. I set it up like that so that I can sleep. And also the blue light in your phone can derail or disrupt your sleep at night. And I want to really sleep well. So I lie down, turn off all the lights, put on my AC, nice cold, with my family members, whoever is available at the time, and we cuddle each other, we go to sleep. And you sleep. It's for sleeping, not that you're watching the TV or TV is half on. No, it's to sleep and have deep REM sleep, But my alarm also goes off at 5:36 because I join a group of people who are meditating in the morning and I love to join them in the mornings. So I get up at that time, join them, do 1 hour, do some exercise, get my mind prepared for the day. I do very well not to have any conversation that is going to bother me. I don't watch the news because the news puts you in constant fear. So I don't watch the news. I could have a conversation with my husband, almost as uplifting as possible. But I also know how to snap out of, if I'm angry now, give me 2 seconds, 7 seconds, I can count myself out of it because I've taught myself that. And then I get into the car, I've prepared a book or a podcast that I'm going to listen to on my journey because there's no point just looking out and angry at the traffic. I know it's going to take me an hour. I download something that I can listen to so there's no network issues on the road. And I listen to it the whole 1 hour. And I get to the office feeling refreshed, feeling happy, feeling excited, ready to face the day. I would have written down most of the things that I want to achieve that day. So as I get into the office, I'm just going back to back to back. Now, does this happen every day? Maybe not, but it happens most days than none. And so I get into the office feeling refreshed. I get into the office, feeling happy to see my workmates. I get into the office ready to start the day. And I also have enough to give to other people who come also feeling depleted. So what about you? What are you going to do differently today so that you start to bring a positive energy into the workplace? In my workplace, people love to spend time with me because I'm one of the only people that you will see is on a constant happy place, in a constant happy place. Not because I don't go through sad situations. There was a day I was in the office and I felt somehow and I cried. And my colleagues were like, "What? You are our rock. How can you be crying?" And they all rallied around me and they hugged me and it was so beautiful. I was just tired, that morning. And I also knew that because I didn't sleep well as well, it made me feel that way. So because I'm aware of all these things, I know what to do differently, right? You've got to do the same because the only life you have is yours and you want to enjoy it. And you spend so many hours at work anyways. Why don't you want to also enjoy the time that you have at work from a place of peace, right? And just know that you can be that person that brings a spark into your workplace. You can be that person that brings light into the workplace. You can be that person that more than not, people are happy to see you. From my security guards, I'm giving them high fives and chopping knuckle, as we call it in Nigeria, fist bumps. All of them know me. They greet me, help me carry my bag because of the way that I'm open towards them. I don't even know any of their names. That's the worst part. But they're all saluting me, greeting me, and we laugh. And I get into the office, people feel very comfortable coming to sit down and talking to me and sharing their challenges with me. And if I have advice for them, I give them. If I don't, I say, well, I don't know what to say about this, aside the fact that, yes, there's a lot that I can share with them. There's a lot that I know and I can share. And also, what do you do at work rather than being on Instagram? Learn something so that you can start to build the person that you are, so that you can start to develop yourself in such a way that people really admire you. Not everybody will like you. So I'm not saying that everybody will like you. Some people will just be upset that you're always happy. Just know that. However, that's on them. That's not on you. You choose happy. You choose peace. You choose joy today. And be that one that comes into the office and everybody is happy to see you. And when you're not there, you actually start to get messages. Are you okay? We didn't see you today. Is everything okay? Be that person that people really, really, really like just because of the kind of energy you bring into the space. Because your energy alone can light up the place. My name is Adeola Kingsley James. Love and light.